In today's video, I want to talk about the word secrets, or to use another term, keywords, to move against. And I'm also going to talk about the interplay between the keywords and, in this case, one of the 8 hards. Whatever he comes against me with, I'm going to forcefully move against him. I'm going to try to crush his attack. So he moves into strike bait. I'm going to crush his attack by moving my body forward. I'm going to deflect downward, strike with the knee, and strike with my forearm. This is known as the outer beam strike, when I'm striking with the radial part of my forearm. And sometimes it's used like this, where I strike against his arm to break his arm or to throw him or lock him. Sometimes it's actually used against the neck. And in Badjo, the second section, that's how it's used. And there's an attack. I knock that attack down, strike to the groin, and then I strike to the side of his neck. Now that's moving against where I'm coming in and I'm trying to overwhelm. Now, here's the interplay with the 8 hard. The first of the 8 hard is Mount Tai, crushing down on the head. And this is the most dangerous technique in section 2 of Badjo. After this, I grab his hair or I grab his ear. In this case, I'm going to grab his hair or the back of his head, and I pull him down, and then I smash onto the cervical spine. And that's Mount Tai falling on the head because it's a downward crushing force. Sometimes Beng Chui is that Mount Tai falling on the head, and sometimes it's the Pi Chui, the hammer fist. So I block, knee, strike. Then I grab, pull, and strike onto the back of the neck, the cervical spine. Now, Todd and I was practicing a technique earlier, and I was talking about striking to the neck. When I strike to the neck, you can do a lot of damage to the neck and a lot of permanent damage to a person by striking to the neck. However, my intent typically when I'm striking to the neck, I'm not worried about the damage I'm doing to the neck. I'm worried about the damage I'm doing to the brain, because it's so close that when I put full force into the neck, the brain inside the skull is ringing like a bell against the insides of the cranium. And that's what I'm trying to do. So even though I'm striking to the back of the neck, the cervical spine, I can actually go up a little higher right here. There's a knob you can kind of feel. That's called the occipital protuberance. And that bone is what welds the spine to the base of the skull. So when I strike to that place on the spine and skull junction, I am doing damage to the part of the brain that controls the breathing, the heartbeat, and all the things that you do not think about that your brain does. So I have moved against, that's the key word. And then I have used my Mount Tai falls on the head strategy to do serious, and in this case, the hope is permanent damage to the opponent. Thank you.